Episode 81, the Content Whiteboard Show. Today, I attempt to make content creation simple by writing it all down on a virtual whiteboard. And you are listening to episode number 81 of Mike Murphy Unplugged. Learn, create, move forward. I am your host, Mike Murphy. I'm a one-man band. I'm a technology junkie. I love helping people figure things out, and I am really excited to be here with you today. The goal of Mike Murphy Unplugged, it's to help you learn what you need to know in order to create online content so you can move forward in business and in life. In today's episode number 81, I take the guesswork out of creating online content and share with you a very simple and easy roadmap you can use to create a content marketing strategy for your own small business or brand. Don't worry, everything's going to be in the show notes as usual, but break out your imagination a little bit today as I write down all of the steps out on a virtual whiteboard, or blackboard for the old school. Technology is changing faster than most people can comprehend. We all get that. What's trending today is gone tomorrow. There is so much information swirling around online on how to do this and how to do that for your business. It is overwhelming and paralyzing for many small business owners, yet they know the importance of creating online content, but just do not know where to start because of this information overload. Well, good news. After today's episode, you are going to be able to take a deep breath and clearly see just how simple it is to create a content marketing strategy or plan so you can start to focus on producing content that makes the most sense for you and your business or brand. Sound good? Today's show, it's for all businesses and brands, whether you have a brick and mortar retail shop or you are an online business. The whole goal of today is to help you see the big picture view of content creation so you can make better and more strategic decisions on what type of content you should be making and where you should put it after you create it. The technology is going to keep changing quickly, but after today, you will have the foundation built so you will be able to better navigate and adapt as things change. So let's get on the same page first. Content creation, as I'm talking about today, is nothing more than the act of creating digital content for sharing or publishing online. Content marketing is a strategy or a tactic of making digital content to promote your brand, product, or service. Now, content marketing is about building relationships and earning trust by creating valuable content. Hint, content marketing takes a lot more effort and work than the old days of just buying a TV or newspaper ad and hoping for business. So it is really important that you have a game plan for what you should be making and where you should put it to get the best return on your efforts. So the Mike Murphy Unplugged content blueprint for today is broken down like this. What type of content can you make? What are examples of each type of content, and where do you put the content after you make it? So let's do this. Part 1. What type of content can you make? There are 3 main categories of content for you to focus on today as I see it. 1 is audio, 2 is video, and 3 words or writing. So on your whiteboard, we're going to put 3 columns across the top: audio, video, and writing. These 3 categories is where you're going to start when talking about creating online content. That's it. I told you this was going to be simple. Part 2. What are examples of each type of content? So now we're going to write some examples under each of the 3 main columns. So under column 1, audio, 1, podcasting, 2, audiobooks, and 3, audio snippets or voice recordings. Podcasts are audio and sometimes video content. A major player in content marketing strategies for many. It is for me. I am creating free audio content to establish my authority, build my brand, and a community. Podcasting is not for every type of business, but should make it on your board for consideration. So another example for column 1 is audiobooks. This is a great content creation strategy if you have an established blog or content and want to bundle up in an audiobook. Remember, people listen to podcasts and audiobooks exercising and commuting and traveling, a very strong option for many to consider. In example 3 in the audio column is audio snippets or vocal recordings. There are many apps that allow you to record audio-only messages, maybe to promote your podcast or your product, or maybe you just record a quote of the day or an inspirational message or speech, or use audio to instruct and educate. MP3 files can be posted just like video and images, so maybe audio only content has a place in your business. So that's the end of column 1. Column 2, video. This is a biggie, so write small on your whiteboard. Here are several different types of possible videos you can create, and they should be fairly self-explanatory. Behind the scenes videos, Q&A videos, either live or recorded, about me or talking head videos, promo videos, more documentary style, tutorials or explainer videos, classes or courses to sell, webinars that teach or promote a product or course, gear reviews and product demonstrations, daily vlogging, and web broadcasting or live streaming. Video is tough. You know you should make it, but where do you start? My advice is to start simple. Use your iPhone, go on Instagram stories, or even Facebook Live, and just get used to the act of creating videos, and then build on that. But always try to create things that resonate with your target audience, and you can't go wrong. So in column 1 at the top is audio. In column 2, we have video. And now on column 3, we have writing. Writing is everywhere. It's the foundation of your entire business on many levels. The pen is mightier than the sword. So let's fill out column 3. These 4 examples are a great starting point. We're going to put blogging, books, email newsletter, and white paper articles and how-tos. Easy enough. All self-explanatory, I think. Let's pause for a second. Before we get into the last step, we're going to look at the whiteboard. Across the top, we have 3 columns: audio, video, and writing. Below column 1, audio, is podcasting, audiobooks, and audio snippets or voice recordings. Okay? Below column 2, in the video, we have 10 types of videos that you can create to get you started in video. These 10 videos are strictly ideas to get you started. And below column 3, the writing column, is blogging, books, email newsletter, and writing white papers or how-to articles. Okay, we all together? Everything so far has been around for a long time. These are simply the building blocks. Like everything else, start with the fundamentals, build the foundation, and you will be better prepared for whatever lies ahead. I think it is getting more common today for small businesses and brands to make the mistake of jumping in headfirst into the latest and greatest platform without understanding the big picture view, and as a result, they spin their wheels and make little forward progress. But after today, that will not be you. So part 3 of your content plan. Where do you put the content after you make it? This is the constantly changing segment of the plan. Let's go column by column and start to fill in some ways to share the content we are committed to making. On the whiteboard, we're just going to make little branches off of each of the examples to get an idea of what platforms will be the best fit for the type of content we're creating. This is a very loose exercise, and this part will change the most. It's going to require trial and error on your part, and you will have to assess what is working, what is not, and adjust and pivot as needed. But our goal is to get you off on the right foot. So in column 1, the audio column, podcasting, iTunes, it's going to be the big dog and where you're likely going to focus on and then put your show on Spreaker, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, SoundCloud. So we're going to write all these down and just keep things visual and in check. Audiobooks, that's going to be left for Amazon Creation Exchange, ACX. That's all you need to know for now. Audio snippets. There are a couple great apps like Clamor and Anchor and GetWave that add cool graphical elements to your audio clips if you want to do it for social media sharing or simply record audio to post with your blog or your social media posts as another way for your audience to consume your content. It's all about knowing what medium is best for your audience and testing the waters. On to column 2, video. This is going to be pretty simple, really. Your website, YouTube, social media channels, this is where you're going to be putting your videos for the most part. A real easy strategy is just to upload your videos to YouTube and then use the embed link to share everywhere that you need to. Another great service for doing this and to host your videos is Wistia, one of my favorites. So find a place to jot down Wistia on your board. And then I would just list out all of the social media channels you use. And it's just a matter of mapping out which types of videos you think you want to create and placing your efforts there. For example, if live streaming looked good to you on the whiteboard, you're going to be looking at Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Instagram Stories, Periscope, Twitter, Snapchat. If you never use Twitter, Periscope, or Snapchat, wipe it off the list. Easy. Q&A videos are going to work great on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Daily vlogging will be Instagram Stories, Snapchat, and on your YouTube channel. Remember, You do not have to be everywhere. Be where you like to be and where your clients and your audience hangs out, and don't worry about everything else. Finally, let's go on to column 3, the writing column. Blogging will be your website most likely, and you might think about guest blogging for other blogs in your industry or maybe sites like Huffington Post or Forbes, etc. For more white paper articles and how-tos and general article writing, also put in the content strategy mix Medium.com and LinkedIn Pulse for now. They're great authority building places to create content. If writing books is a priority, Amazon is likely all you need to write down right now to get started, and then as you get closer, maybe look at other self-publishing platforms. I have 2 episodes all about self-publishing if you want to investigate more on that. Finally, email marketing and newsletters are still a big deal. MailChimp, Aweber, and ConvertKit are the 3 most popular services I recommend, but the most important thing is you understand that email marketing is really one of your most personable ways to communicate with your clients. And they are usually the people who will buy what you are selling or the services that you're offering because they like you and they trust you already. For your content plan, focus on the purpose of your email newsletter and how you will go about getting people to subscribe to it. Then selecting the service will just be a matter of doing a little homework. So wrapping up in a recap. Today, it might have seemed like information overload as I went through all these steps and the columns and that, but my main lesson that I want you to take away from today is to take a practical and common sense approach by taking a step back and looking at the big picture of creating content before you go all in head first and jump from channel to channel and either burn out or get frustrated. When you can see how simple the big picture is, and if you understand the direction of your strategy or approach, it's really no big deal to switch from Snapchat to Instagram stories because you understand what and why you are making the content. The platform or the tool of the day is not your strategy. It's the content you are creating. Let's wrap up with looking at how the whiteboard or blackboard was filled in. 3 columns across: audio, video, writing. The fundamentals of how we communicate and share our content and message online today. The tools and devices and styles that we use to create are going to change, but the basic fundamentals of communication are not going anywhere soon. Under each of the columns, you get a little more specific and put some of the broad categories of content creation that are relevant today, such as podcasting, blogging, written and audiobooks, and video styles. These will shift in popularity and change, but I think it is much easier to digest when you create this type of hierarchy. And finally, you start listing all of the major platforms out there today, like Amazon, iTunes, your own website, blog, Medium, all of the big social media channels like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and just start pairing the content with the proper channel. These are going to overlap and intertwine, and you may have success on one and decide another is just not working. This is where you're going to experiment, but at least now you have the strategy in place and the platforms and channels can change without you losing your focus. If you read about or hear a lot of buzz about the next, latest, and greatest, rather than get frustrated and think, oh man, not another thing I have to try, just look at your big board and think, hey, maybe we could try to test this out with our behind-the-scenes video on that new platform and see what types of response we get. Your plan gets a whole lot easier to understand and navigate, and most importantly, see what is working and what is not, and then you can adjust. Now that your whiteboard is full and the content plan is under wraps, that is going to do it for today. I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to this podcast, and for that, I thank you. If you have not already done so, head on over to mikemurphy.co/newsletter. Sign up for my mailing list. It would mean a lot to me, and I think you're going to enjoy the newsletter that comes out every Friday morning. If you have questions for me, if you have tutorial requests or episode requests or something that you want to know more about, please send me an email, mike@mikemurphy.co. I would love to hear from you. I thank you for joining me today. I hope you join my one-man band, and together we can learn, create, and move forward. Cheers.